Good morning. National officers, past national commanders, members of the NEC, and all of our guests. Our founding fathers knew our nation would be tested, and while this isn't times like the Civil War or Great Depression, these are interesting times indeed. I can't help but believe that if Congress would do its job half as well as our military, no, not half, 1/10 as well as our military, our country would be far better off. Passing a budget is a constitutionally mandated responsibility of Congress. Our troops take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, and they do their job. Congress also takes an oath to the Constitution. It's time they do their job. Too many times over the past decade, regardless of which party is in power, the government has operated under continuing resolutions. Our military absolutely hates continuing resolutions. They are bad for planning, they are bad for strategizing, and they are bad for readiness. But you know what's even worse than a continuing resolution? A shutdown, a Congress that doesn't do its job. Particularly this shutdown in which our military members, that's all the branches, including the Coast Guard, will miss their paychecks. The effects of this will be quite visible in your departments, particularly those with large military communities and federal workforces. Let's also not forget that a large segment of federal workers are veterans, and they will be impacted, some who might very well be permanently downsized and lose their jobs as a result of this. If there ever is a time to ramp up our efforts to be the one and do buddy checks to check on our brothers and sisters, now is the time. More to the point, our Washington office is very much working with members of Congress in both parties, along with the White House, the VA, and other agencies to stay informed, offer input, and try to mitigate the impact that the shutdown will have on our military, veterans, and families. And while the VA is still seeing patients and its hospitals are open, its regional benefit offices are closed. Outreach to veterans have ceased. So have ground maintenance at VA cemeteries, transition program assistance, and the GI Bill benefits hotline. Priority one is to reopen our government. Priority two is for Congress to pass the Pay Our Military Act. Legislation has been introduced in both the House and the Senate that would pay our troops, again in every branch, for the duration of the shutdown or until January 1, whichever is earliest. And the bills are House Resolution 1932 and Senate Bill 876. I'm going to give you those again because I'm going to ask you in a minute to take action with regard to these bills. The bills that Pay Our Military Act, the bills are House Resolution 1932 and Senate Bill 876. 1932, 876. Please, please contact your state's congressional delegation to support the Pay Our Military Act, encouraging your members in the department to do the same. The next military payday is October 15th. We all know that military life is stressful enough. The troops should not have to worry about whether they can buy groceries or make their next rent and car payment or how they're going to make ends meet because the government's not doing their job. Our troops are doing the job. They deserve better. Hopefully you've all received our legislative action alert calling on Congress to reopen. If you have not, or even if you have, please go to legion.org/action. I've talked about this everywhere I've went when I was on the campaign trail and when I visited your departments. Legion.org/action, and send a message to your senators and representatives There is a new message there in the last week for Congress to reopen government. It's pre-written. You can send it from your phone, and you can do it every single day. Once the government reopens, we have many serious issues we would like them to address. One of our biggest priorities, our legislative priorities, it's been a long time legislative priority, is the Major Richard Starr Act. Some people call it concurrent receipt, but it's more accurately described as a disabled veterans tax, because that's exactly what it is. Tens of thousands of medically retired veterans have their VA disability compensation deducted from their military pensions. This offset is highly unfair. Why punish those who spent careers serving the military and were forced to retire early because they were hurt serving their country? Now, the good news is the Richard Starr Act has wide bipartisan support. Over 303 members of the House have signed on to co-sponsor this legislation, and over 76 members of the Senate are currently co-sponsoring this legislation. Sounds like it'd be pretty easy to get across the hurdle, and it can't get out of committee. So it's time to tell Congress, do your job and pass the Richard Starr Act and end this disabled veterans tax. Now let me change gears and talk to you about some of the exciting things that we have coming up, some of the activities we have coming up. Registration, first off, is now open for our national regional information conferences. We have one in Indianapolis that's coming up on January 31st. We have another one in Atlanta on February the 7th. Legionnaires and sons can network with each other at these conferences. They can receive training on Be the One on our programs, post-operations, legal issues, running effective meetings, retention, and all of the American Legion programs. Please plan on attending one, Indianapolis, January 31st, Atlanta, February the 7th. And while last year we fell short on our membership goal, I believe we can close the gap and finish with more members in 2026 than we had in 2025. The goals we have, including recruiting at least 75,000 new members and achieving 90% retention. And if you were at membership workshop, have been with me on a visit, or have paid attention, you know I'm practicing and preaching the 3 C's, right? Communication, community, and camaraderie. Because I believe that's the message we need to get our message out to not only our members, but of the public. And we'd like to achieve 100% consolidated post reports, the submission rate, so we can tell the American Legion story not just to our members, but potential members, and also to Congress and the media. It's hard to grow an organization if the public doesn't know about our organizations and programs. The more we tell people what we do, the more they will want to join what we do, and people want to join a post or an organization that's active in the community, supporting veterans, and forward-looking. Now next, our top 3 American Legion recruiters from October 1 through November 11th, which is obviously Veterans Day, will each receive 2 tickets to this year's Army-Navy game. The top departments in each of the 5 regions will also receive 2 tickets to the game. So that's 16 tickets we're giving away for the Army-Navy game that will be awarded as membership incentives. And the winners will be announced on November the 17th. The minimum qualification to qualify is you have to recruit 3 new members, and that definition is somebody who was not a member in the previous year. And by the way, just so those that are here and were in the Air Force, like me, don't feel left out. I talked to marketing yesterday, and they're working on some initiatives with the Air Force that will hopefully come to fruition next year. Finally, if you've not signed up for our USA 250 Challenge, please do so. It is our way to honor the 250th anniversary, the semi-quincentennial of our great country, and while at the same time experiencing your own personal growth. You can run 250 miles, you can visit 250 veterans at the VA hospital, you can do 250 buddy checks, or come up with your own challenge. The possibilities of what you want to do are endless and only limited by your own imagination. and the proceeds from the 250 Challenge go to a great cause, our Veterans and Children Foundation. Visit the website legion.org/USA250 for all of the details. As we address the issues before us the next 2 days, let us take time to appreciate the men and women who serve in the military today, but also the generation of veterans, families, and Legionnaires who shaped our nation. And as I like to say to people and remind you, the American Legion has your back. The American Legion has had your back since 1919. We've had your back for over 106 years. We had your back yesterday, we got your back today, and we will have your back tomorrow. God bless you. God bless you. God bless our American Legion and Legion family. God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Please be seated.
Mr. Commander.